would keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for you time after time. Maybe I'm losing my
Yo,
mind.
what's like? Welcome to the Rack Studio down at 10th Court. It's a little bit rainy today. I got my boy Mike G on. We got Nana, and we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency. Mike G, how you doing today, man? Well, you might want to turn your mic off.
There we go. I can't complain. It's raining out here, but it's not cold. I can't complain. It's not cold, but it's raining. But it's Saturday. We're good. We got Natalie Demary. Demary? Did I say it right?
Demary, almost.
Yeah, almost. Welcome to Embrace the Power. Welcome. What's up, Vince?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Natalie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. You know, I had a really great Christmas and New Year's. It's nice to be back in Tampa.
Oh, where'd you go?
So I went to Orlando with my girlfriend. We went to Disney, Universal Studios, and then I went to a music festival in Denver for New Year's.
Oh, okay. All right. So who'd you go see at the music that festival? Anybody I know?
Probably not. So it's a lot of EDM artists. Some of the big ones were like Illenium, Dabin. I actually got to meet Dabin. I just randomly saw him there. No one recognized him, but it was pretty cool.
That's cool. And, you know, we got you on today, and we're going to just touch on the subject of crypto, right? Because it started back around when COVID started. Then everybody was kind of, oh, crypto this, crypto that. There was a whole bunch of different people who building their own crypto. So how did you kind of get into the world of crypto? But before I get started, I want to thank you for your service, because I know you're in the military. So I want to appreciate you and say, hey, thank you. All right.
Yep. I'm Natalie Demary. For the audience, captain type, one each. Background, I enlisted in the Army National Guard in 2010. And, you know, I originally just did it to pay for college. I did ROTC. I commissioned in 2015. I'm a former quartermaster and logistics officer, now in information operations. But I've always been, you know, entrepreneurial. I was a financial advisor for a couple years. I got out of it because I started realizing, you know, a lot of these mutual fund investments, they're just very low return. A lot of cuts go to the financial advisors, the management companies. You know, investing in the stock market can be good. Good diversification, of course, but you know, when financial advisors talk to you and tell you about mutual funds, you should definitely run away.
Oh, man, Mike G, we're talking about that in the car coming over here today is because I tell them the U.S. currency used to be backed by gold. And when it was under the gold standard, people back in the day, you know, I'm almost 60, so I'm almost old. Back in the days, people's retirement was kind of protected, and in what way the gold market would fluctuate. As we transition and we've had multiple stock market crashes, it's impacted people's retirement. And there's some people who've literally lost their entire retirement. And I just watched the lady online that she paid into a retirement for 35 years, and she lost her retirement because of the market crash in her favor. So you got out of that and you moved into starting, you know, working with crypto. So first of all, let us know, what is crypto?
So crypto is, it's basically a digital currency that is not necessarily tied to traditional currencies like the US dollar. How it works is all cryptocurrencies are associated with blockchains, and blockchains are just running ledgers of all the transactions that have been made in that cryptocurrency. So there's different blockchains for like different cryptocurrencies. So like Bitcoin has its own blockchain, Ethereum has its own blockchain. And what these do is these allow the cryptocurrencies to be secure and virtually unhackable. Because if you think about it, if someone like tries to fraudulently, you know, create some crypto out of thin air, it can't be validated because the blockchain is transparent, and you can go in and you can see all the previous transactions in that crypto, and it doesn't match up. The math just doesn't work out.
Okay, so is it kind of like contracts Because when you're talking about crypto and blockchain, it just resonates to me that it's some kind of like a contract that you're going through a process, and that it's a digital platform used to build currency.
Yes. A good way to think about it is the blockchain is like the operating system, and the cryptocurrency is like the software that runs on it.
Okay, cool. So here's the deal. Why do people get confused when you talk about crypto and then you say Bitcoin and everybody goes back and forth? Because there's actually a person on whatever podcast a while back, and he's into crypto big time. I can't think of what his name was, but he was into crypto, and they were trying to get him to explain the kind of the difference of why people get confused over cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. But are they the same or are they different? I mean, and if you can answer it, that'd be great.
Absolutely. Bitcoin is a type of cryptocurrency. It's not the first, currency that is cryptographic. There's actually been even in the 90s, there was they weren't like modern cryptocurrencies, but there's stuff like Zcash and all this kind of stuff that was like, we didn't have today's technology. So in order to make these digital currencies work, it required, a lot of like manual math and software without the internet, without cloud computing. But Bitcoin in the modern era of cryptocurrency, it was the first one. It came out in around 2010. And then, we have everything else today as well.
Okay, so let me ask the question is, when you're dealing with Bitcoin and it got launched, how is a person like myself, I invest in Bitcoin or crypto, how does that bring me revenue?
So investing in cryptocurrencies brings you revenue because they're appreciating assets. So over time, it's kind of like stocks on the stock market. They just become more and more valuable. But here's the thing. Crypto is unregulated because it is decentralized. So governments, crypto transcends borders. You can send crypto to your friend who lives in any country in the world, as long as they have an internet connection, and you pay practically nothing in fees.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, because it's unregulated, there are a lot of cryptocurrencies out there that are, outright scams, or maybe they're Ponzi schemes. They have some cryptocurrencies have good intentions and they're trying to do something positive, but the way that they're set up is just not sustainable because they're kind of like Ponzi schemes.
Oh yeah, where's my man? The one everybody's chasing right now. That over from the outlets. I don't want to get canceled, but yeah, because you're already dealing with that right now. That the amount of people that are just creating things to get people to invest in, and it's all a Ponzi scheme. But we had the same thing with junk bonds in the 80s, and we've had the same thing with different platforms. I mean, there's a bunch of actors, I'm not going to get into their names, but they were into the Nadoff thing, and Nadoff ended up taking all their money because there's really no get rich quick process out there, right?
Yeah, unless you get lucky.
Unless you get lucky. Well, yeah, because there's one influencer. I guess she got into crypto at the beginning. It hit, she sold, and now she's rich as heck, and she has her own influencer podcast now. But the reason why is because she was able to cash in on her crypto. Same with kind of the Dallas Mavericks guy. Hey, Mike, you got anything, man? What's going on over there?
Nothing much, man. I'm listening about the crypto. So Natalie, where did you come in with this? So you teach people, you teach the females, like how does this put in? Because you're very informative.
Yeah. So here's two things. So when I was a financial advisor, two things happened. One, I became more entrepreneurial. I started getting into marketing and sales and that kind of stuff that I was learning from selling financial products. And then two, I also started getting more disillusioned by the legacy, Wall Street and the market and what happened in 2008, of course, learning more about that. So, I started learning about cryptocurrency, which at first I was very sort of I didn't know anything. I had heard of Bitcoin. I'd heard of Ethereum. I thought it was all just kind of fake internet money, whatever. But I didn't realize that it has actual long-term value. And there's a reason why blockchains exist. And it's not just for investing in. It's for the decentralization and the transparency, and the security of blockchains can actually be applied to a lot of non-financial industries. So learning about that got me into sort of like consulting for projects in crypto. Could be NFT projects, some DAOs, which decentralized autonomous organization, basically a co-op built on a blockchain. So
Okay.
yeah, started doing consulting, and when I found that there are very few, minorities, very few women in the blockchain and crypto industry, I founded CryptoFemme to bring literacy to more people.
All right. You brought up a good point. I'm glad you said there's not that many females that were into the crypto. But when you really look at the inventions, and I'm not going to go down a big long road here on history, but when you look at the insertion of the financial systems or engineering, it's always been kind of a male-dominated arena. My sister works at Amazon, and she does coding and she does web services. But we've always talked about that she's, as a female, she's like one of the few minorities, but they've grown over the years. Don't get me wrong. But when she first started out, there was a lot of times at Sun Microsystems, Oracle, she was like the only female in the room. And it's nothing with our system. It was just that a lot of people weren't pushing themselves to get into those STEM fields, which we have more people now. So let me ask you a question: what is blockchain mining, or block Bitcoin mining? What is that?
That's a great question. So the thing about blockchain is that it requires a lot of like energy in order to work, and not just like electrical energy, but just like energy of people making it work. So blockchains are all decentralized. There's multiple people that validate these strings of transactions on the blockchain. And, because they're all decentralized and independently validated by node validators, aka crypto miners, it allows the transactions on the blockchain to be secure and unhackable. So in exchange for providing this service, which people do, they run computer software for the blockchain, they earn very small amounts of, for this example, Bitcoin, or if it's a different blockchain, they could earn like whatever crypto is associated with that blockchain.
All right. So who started? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, miners essentially, long story short, they validate the transactions on the blockchain and they get paid in crypto for doing that.
All right. So who certifies those individuals for that? Like the FD. Like the banks are regulated and protected since after the Great Depression. So those guys that are females or whoever, I use that generic term because I'm old. The people that validate these your Bitcoin or whatever you're buying on your crypto site, who validates that they're certified to do what they're doing?
So you actually don't really need any training or knowledge in order to do this beyond knowing how to like set up your computer to, here's where it gets a little complicated. So bear with me. The Bitcoin blockchain is what's called a proof of work blockchain. The Ethereum and other blockchains are proof of stake. So I personally think proof of stake blockchains are the future. In order to be a miner on those, you have to have a minimum amount of that cryptocurrency in order, and once you do, you can stake it and run the mining software on your computer.
So you have to be invested.
Exactly. So that's to qualify to mine it for proof of stake blockchains, you have to have that minimum amount. For Ethereum, I want to say it's like 30 Ethereum, which is probably like $45,000, $60,000 worth of Ethereum. And for Bitcoin is a proof of work blockchain. You don't have to have any amount of Bitcoin staked. All you have to do is run the mining software, which is very expensive, and it's very energy intensive. It costs a lot of money for all that electricity, and there's actually a pretty small net profit, unless you're like a giant mining operation, like you have like lots of solar power and just like fields of like blockchain mining equipment. As an individual mining Bitcoin, it's hard to make a good profit.
Yeah, well, I saw a 60 minutes or 20 minute show, and it showed the amount of servers required to be able to run cryptocurrency. And they showed this room, and it was a warehouse, and there were so many servers for the guys that are running that crypto. And I mean, it takes a lot of juice.
Yeah. I don't know I've never mined crypto personally, so I'm not familiar with like what percentage of profit miners usually get based on like how big or how small they are. But I do know that there is one very common misconception about cryptocurrency, and that is that it is bad for the environment. So I don't know. Have y'all heard about this too much?
No, go ahead, tell us.
Okay. So a lot of like people that are like super anti-crypto, you know, whatever, they will tell you that crypto and especially Bitcoin is bad for the environment because it costs so much electricity to make it work.
Yeah, so you're hoping. So you just went into a question to ask me. All right, so if the electricity goes out, you lose your money until you get the electricity back generated, huh?
But here's the thing. Bitcoin is the biggest driver forward of green energy because it costs so much energy to make it work. It's like driving, you know, people that sell like solar or like wind energy. It's like driving them to their customers who are crypto miners.
Okay, that makes sense.
So cleaner. So we have a lot more cleaner energy now, and we have crypto to thank for that.
So the crypto miners can use solar power and other energies to crypt.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. That's not why not. Do you put that when you went? So you don't sell crypto. You just help people invest into it. That's what you do.
Yeah, I don't sell anything. I'm not affiliated with any crypto projects other than CryptoFemme, which is literacy.
Hey, that's good stuff. All right, so what's the difference between Bitcoin and NTFs or crypto and NFTs? Because I bought my first NFT 2 years ago. I think I paid $1 for it. I don't know what it's worth now, but I bought one for $1, and I'm holding on to it till the day I die. I'm just gonna give it to my kids. But what's the difference between the two?
So NFTs stands for non-fungible token. And what that means is you can't sell like half of an NFT to someone. It's just like, it's the entire thing. It's kind of like having a coin. You can't just split it in half and expect it to be worth half the value of that coin, you know? Crypto is more like stocks, or, you know, you can like sell like 5% of your Bitcoin or whatever, but you can't sell 5% of your NFT. But often NFTs are, you know, they're associated with like some kind of picture usually. And so people are like, well, why is it worth so much money? You know, why can't I just take a screenshot of that picture and then sell it? And the reason is because you're not selling like the picture file. You're not selling the JPEG to someone. You're selling the NFT on the blockchain, which validates the NFT. And oftentimes when you have an NFT, it comes with like special perks, like membership to some, you know, community that you want to be a part of. Like the Bored Apes, for example, they have like a very high level community of entrepreneurs and investors, and just having those connections is valuable. But here's my personal opinion. I always thought NFTs, the whole NFT hype was kind of a bubble. I thought these projects were becoming like worth way more than they actually, you know, should be valued.
Yeah. So how did, you know, like whoever the actor was recently that had all this artwork that were on NFTs and it got hacked. So my question is, how secure is it if you're investing? Like, he had millions invested in a bunch of different NFTs. Yeah, I mean, how secure is the system?
So did the system get hacked, or was he just socially engineered?
They never went into it. They were just saying that he got hacked and he had lost control of all in it. They were stolen.
So that's where, yep. This is definitely where like the personal responsibility comes in. You have to make sure that you're protected. You know, use strong passwords, password manager on your computer if you can. Use 2-factor authentication so no one can easily hack you.
Okay.
So like when you log in, it'll send a code to either your email or your phone number, and you confirm, or maybe it's like an authenticator app on your phone. That way it becomes much harder for people to hack into your account.
Oh, okay. But you also covered the other thing is, so where do people like want it? So you said you work on the illiteracy side of helping people understand how the system works. So where do people, if they want to invest in Bitcoin or crypto, how do you kind of navigate them to make them understand how the program works? Because I know you get asked this question all the time, because first thing somebody wants to figure out is if they can get rich quick off it. But that, the process is like stock market. You got to play and then you got to pay.
Yeah. So as a former financial advisor, this is not financial advice. Crypto is not regulated, and I don't have the licenses to tell you what to do with your money.
This is your disclaimer, right?
Yeah, exactly. But in the US, especially for crypto beginners, I would highly recommend to stay away from, apps like Robinhood or Cash App if you're investing in crypto, because these are more like traditional sort of like financial or investment apps, and they don't do a very good job on helping people invest in crypto. And also they often won't even let you transfer your crypto to a wallet, which crypto wallets we can talk about in a second. But for people in the US, definitely recommend Coinbase.
Okay.
Coinbase it's a good one. It's definitely good for beginners.
Go ahead. You asked something, Mike. Go ahead.
So pretty much, do you prefer? Sorry, I was doing something here. So you prefer stock or crypto? Because it seems like everything's crypto here, but is stock also a good investment, you think?
I think, stocks are a good thing to diversify with. I would say crypto is higher reward, but the thing about crypto is it's seasonal. So crypto goes through market cycles much more strongly than the stock market does. Every 3 to 4 years, there's going to be a time where it just shoots up really high, and on the flip side, there's going to be times where it goes down, and people are all talking about how crypto crashes. But that happens every 3 to 4 years, and it always rebounds back. So
that's like everything in the world. You got
what I do is when everyone is jumping on the crypto bandwagon, if it's at the low point, I start buying and buying, but then as it gets higher and higher, I just save my money, and I just kind of keep my money there. And when it gets really, really high and everyone is just FOMOing in, I start I might sell a little bit, or I might just keep it. But when the market crashes, and everyone's talking about how there's a big crypto crash and they're selling for losses and losing all their money, that when it's sort of gets lower and lower, and everyone's already come to the agreement that crypto is a scam and it was a bubble and it's not coming back, that's when I start buying more every month. Just put more and more money into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and these cryptocurrencies that I like. And then a couple years later, just like clockwork, it all comes back.
That's what the influencer, she was saying, that the market kind of went up and it crashed, and she went in and I think she said she spent $30,000 of her savings, and she just bought up all the crypto she could, and then it shot through the roof, and she sold and made millions of dollars and got out. And so now she's living her best life. So the question is crypto traceable?
Crypto is traceable. There's a sector in crypto called decentralized finance, and also there are privacy tokens which make crypto less traceable. And of course, different countries have different rules when it comes to cryptocurrency, both for taxing and for if you can even invest in it at all. But so a lot of these, these ways to make crypto not traceable are good in some third world countries that are very anti-crypto, because, people there are, if they don't have bank accounts, and if they do, then often the government can get access to their bank accounts. So crypto is useful for these people. Here in the US, we can all have crypto. It's legal. You do have to pay taxes on it. And a lot of people don't. So a lot of people who mine crypto.
A lot of people don't pay their taxes.
Yeah. But I think it's risky, because I think at some point the technology, the US government is going to be more competent with the technology, and they're going to be able to trace it. But if you mine crypto, you're supposed to pay income taxes on that.
So,
and then if you invest in crypto, you're supposed to pay short-term or long-term capital gains taxes on that.
Well, see, but here you go. You hit the two hard ones, capital gains tax, which takes people's arms off. I mean, when you start looking at it regulated, so the question is, how many times are you going to pay tax on that money? Because if you got the money through your normal job and you invested in crypto, you've already paid tax. This is where I kind of go. Sometimes you get taxed 3 or 4 times on the same dollar that you earn from your paycheck. It just makes no sense to me sometimes.
Yeah, it's crazy. You definitely can be kind of a racket, but yeah, you do have to pay a lot of taxes on your investments in crypto.
Yeah, all right.
I think it's too much. Yeah,
it is too much. Trust me. Hey, I give more to Uncle Sam than I get back. That's all I'm going to say. All right. So the crypto wallet, you're going to touch on that real quick. So let's cover the crypto wallet.
So crypto wallets, the thing about crypto exchanges like Coinbase, this is where you like buy and sell crypto with cash. You can buy it with your US dollars, but you can also sell it and get US dollars back. Here's the thing. Coinbase is just like your bank account or your brokerage account if you're invest in stocks. You don't actually have ownership of what's in your account. The bank does. So behind the scenes, they're actually using your balance, and they're like earning interest on it by lending it or collateralizing it, doing all kinds of stuff with it. And they give it back to you when you ask them for it, but oftentimes it's going to take 5 to 7 business days, or whatever. It's not very convenient when you think about it. When your crypto is in a crypto wallet, you can instantly send it and receive it, and it's often cheaper. There's less transaction fees, and you actually own it. So if let's say you're bad with money and you go into collections or you default on something, and someone comes to repossess your car or your house, or they try to seize your assets, they cannot seize the crypto in your crypto wallet because they don't have access to it.
That's why so many rich people put so much money into Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, that makes great sense. I mean, and it's the new age 21st century financial thing that's out there in the world. And I got a feeling between gamers, software engineers, and the people that are in that spectrum, that it's just the way they do business now. And sadly, that they when systems get hacked in America now, they actually ask for crypto money as opposed to asking for hard cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just saw it with a couple of systems here and locally that was in the news about, hey, we got hacked. I mean, it is what it is, but it's the new age system. So how does somebody get in contact with you, or where do they best place they need to go find you to catch up with you, DM you, what they need to do?
So we are on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. That IG there, that's my personal one. But if you want CryptoFemme, which with a lot more daily content, you can go to @CryptoFemme DAO, which is DAO, Instagram.com/CryptoFemme DAO. That's also on Facebook and TikTok as well. And we post lots and lots of content every day, videos, quotes, features, you name it.
You got it. Hey guys, you've heard it first here. Mike, what do you got, man, before we get out of here, bro?
Man, Natalie, man, she knows her crypto. I guess you do invest in that as well, don't you?
I do, for sure.
Yeah. Do you do any stocks? Or you're not a stocky? You're not a stocky?
Not too much. I mostly just save, and then when crypto is doing well, I should say this: when crypto is doing badly, I invest in crypto, and when it's doing well, I save.
Nice.
Because here's the thing. One quick thing.
That's cool. No rush.
I've always wondered why people need social proof to invest in stuff. They have to see all their friends doing really well, and then they jump on the bandwagon because they want to do well too. But when it comes to investing, at that point, it can be too late sometimes, and you buy when it's way too high, and then you sell when it's low, and you lose money. But if you think about it this way, we do Black Friday shopping the day after Thanksgiving when all the prices are really, really low. We don't wait for the prices to go really, really high before we go Black Friday shopping. And it should be the same way with crypto, I think.
And you heard it first right here on Embrace the Power, everyone. Thank you, Natalie. Appreciate you.
All right. All right. So now we're going to get this clear. You tell Fred that I had you on the show and you let him know. So when you see him, when I see him on the golf course, I'm going to say, we did it. We did it. Hey, Natalie, I appreciate you coming on. And again, I always thank you for your service. I know that at this time, after my 30 years or whatever, that this time is a volatile time in the world. And I appreciate having people like you on the front line, helping out, trying to make the world a better place. All right. With that being said, me and Mike T always said, if you come on and Embrace the Power, keep it.
Thanks, Mike. It's fun to see y'all.